Okay, here are the doors. As you can see, they have a lot of tape over the glass. I'm going to remove all that and then see what we got. Some of it is original glass and some of it I think is Perspex. I noticed there's a chunk out there. Okay, so I have removed the tape from the glass, and I realized that a lot of the it's not actually glass, it's Perspex. It was replaced at some stage. So I have some old glass here, and I think this is from an old picture glass, and I'm going to cut it up and replace the pieces that are Perspex. So this whole section needs replacing. These little side pieces, that's original, don't know about that one. I think only one of those is glass. Oh, that's glass. Yeah, I think that's Perspex. That's Perspex. Glass. Perspex. So I'm going to go ahead and measure and cut the glass and then start installing it. Okay, so I've started working on this one window and I've basically worked out that all of it was Perspex. And the central strut on the window was missing. So I've cut some wood down on the bandsaw and just glued in a new piece as a strut. Once that's dry, I'll cut some new glass, put the glass in, and then put all these little pieces back in. Some of them I need to remake because some are missing and they hold the glass in. So I'm also going to glue up, and here's a bit wobbly, and probably that one, I'll glue them up too. Okay, so here we have some pine that I've cut down on the bandsaw, and I'm basically rebuilding this section of the window. I removed all the old Perspex and now I'm going to just glue this piece in. This other piece at the front has dried overnight. So because the whole thing is all slightly kind of out, I'm going to do it by eye. So that it all matches. That looks about right. There, I have noticed there's a section missing here, and I think I've got it in the spare parts. So I'm going to find that and glue that bit in. Right, I'm pretty sure that is the missing piece. That's going to go here. So one good trick is use this tape. It's easy to get off. Won't mark it. And it's quite strong. So let's put some glue in there. Some glue on that. Okay. Do you know, I might actually have to clamp that. I think I will. Yeah, I'm going to clamp it. Right, I'll get it clamped and I'll sort that out. Right, so I'm going to clamp this piece up. That's better. There we go. So I'm cutting glass for the windows, but what I'm using is this is old picture framing glass, which I've kept as for spares. And if you use old, like antique glass, it has a lovely ripple in it. So, and it's a good form of recycling, but it means that the glass and the windows will look period. And if you're lucky, there'll be little bubbles in the glass. But yeah, this is the perfect thickness. So I've cut all the glass for the windows, and as you can see, I've tried to keep them all together with the little wooden inserts so that I don't get them mixed up. It is a puzzle, so I'm going to attempt now to put all the glass in. And we've got little piles of it. It's all cut, all shaped, and hopefully we will be able to get it all in. And then once that's in, there's some deep cracks in this door. It's quite unstable, so I'm going to glue these up and I'm going to clamp across. There's just like, some of it's just a bit loose. So I'm going to stabilize it a bit. I'll find these little bits here, and on the back of one of them, yeah, I've got to replace that bit there. And in the meantime, I'm going to put this glass in. Okay, so before I put this piece of glass in, I have to glue this up. There's so much of this is just really unstable and loose. So I'll do that. I've clamped it with these little peg clamps. Okay, so I'm going to put, I've already put this piece in. I have a piece of glass for here, which I'm going to put in here, and I have cut. Some of these are original, but I've also cut some new struts. I've done that on most of the mirrors, windows, because a lot of them are missing. So to colour this in, I've got this mixture here, and it's called Van Dyke. And it's made from these crystals, which actually come from walnut shells. It's like a very old-fashioned form of wood stain, which is made from walnut shells, and people have used it for centuries. And what you do is you mix it with hot water, and it makes this liquid, which you can dilute, and it's like a Van Dyke brown. That's the name. So it's water-based, so I'm going to stain. You can build the color up, so I'm going to stain this wood, and as it dries, it will just blend in and not look so new. It just helps to sort of even out the colors. So we'll let that dry, and then I will use it to hold the glass in. Okay, so today everything has dried overnight. It's looking good. So I'm going to take the big blue clamps off the top, sash clamps, which are holding the cornice on, and all the glass. These are pieces of perspex that I removed. So we've got new old glass, which I have put back in, and all of this should now be dry. So I'm going to take all these little clamps off, all these off, Get these off, and then we're going to have a good look at what we got to do next. This is this big crack here we've clamped. I've got to put a piece across here, this brace, which has got, that's it there. That's got to go back on. Yeah, this base has all been, that's all been secured. It's looking good. Starting to get nice and solid, less rickety. Yeah, okay, let's carry on. It's going to help strengthen this bit here too. So if I push that up like that, I love this hammer. That's got a hickory handle. Isn't it beautiful? Right. One more over here. Just going to support that. Right. Right. That's done. We'll let that dry. Okay, so I found this piece here, which is another piece of strapping. That's got to go on across there under the window. I'm going to glue in now that piece. And I've also found this little piece here is missing. So I'm going to cut a piece and pop it in there to replace that. Just planing a little bit off the door because it was sticky, so that's much better. Right, on to the next bit.